A special work session for April 18th, 2016 order. We do have a quorum. Public forum. Individuals may address the city council on items not included in the agenda. Speakers requested to state their name and address for council records and limit the remarks to 3 minutes or less. Speakers are requested to frame their comments around items that fall within the authority of the city council. Generally, the city council will not take official action on the item discussed at this time, but may place the item on file, take the matter under advisement, refer the matter to staff or a committee for future report, or direct the matter to be placed on an upcoming agenda. Does anyone wish to speak?
Hensel, 807 First Street Southeast. I will be reading from the Veterans Challenge Islamophobia. We are United States military veterans, many of whom saw combat in Afghanistan, Iraq, and Vietnam. We're appalled by the current spate of bigotry, racism, and hatred expressed toward Muslims, the huge majority of which are law-abiding and productive citizens. Bigotry and racism violate all of the values we believed we were defending during our military service. The ideals contained in the Constitution, to the degree they have been manifested in America, have been a beacon to much of the world because of the diversity, openness, and respect for people of all faiths that most Americans live by. It will be a great calamity if we let fear give rise to hatred. Fear-mongering endangers our national security and gives rise to the hatred and racism that play into the hands of an enemy that wants to convince Muslims around the world that the West, led by the United States, hates them, and that joining ISIL or similar organizations is the only way to truly observe and defend their religion. We can never defend ourselves effectively by playing into our adversaries' strategy, giving credibility to their recruitment propaganda. We endanger ourselves when we make that mistake. We call on all Americans to let their voices be heard and to stand up for the values of tolerance, respect, and love. As Pope Francis told Congress, to imitate the hatred and violence of tyrants and murderers is the best way to take their place. We are one Minnesota, standing united and celebrating community. Over the years, Minnesota has been at the forefront of welcoming refugees and other immigrants from around the world. However, today's Minnesotans are deeply concerned when we hear reports of Islamophobia, racism, and other forms of intolerance around our nation, abroad, and even in Minnesota. Anti-Muslim attitudes, acts of anti-Semitism, and a growing fear of refugees from Syria and other troubled countries are increasingly finding expression in hateful speech, prejudice, and even acts of violence in our state and beyond. Now is the time to reaffirm our solidarity with and support of all who live and work in our community, particularly for the newest Minnesotans among us. Our goal is to send a clear message that we are all welcome in Minnesota, and that we stand united against the intolerance, hostility that too many refugees and migrants have reportedly encountered in our state. As a community graced with a rich diversity of people, let us join together in a free celebration on Sunday, April 24th from 1 to 3 p.m. at St. Paul Civic River Center, 175 West Kellogg Boulevard,
Time's up, Robin.
St.
Thank
Paul.
you.
There will be speakers, food,
Time's
music,
up, please.
and a focus on many countries and cultures.
Anyone else wish to speak? Hearing none, we'll move on.